Jumbo, fellow life adventurers, ready for another spiritual tune up? Well, this is the most dicey subject of all. But it's on the heels of yesterday's great question about, how do you explain the unthought of happening in your life? And there was another question that was raised with the exact same gist, but pertaining to children. The question is, do they think about the sometimes awful things that happen to them? I feel like I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't go to any and every location in your tapestry of understanding the nature of reality. Because if there's an area in your understanding of life that completely confounds you, then it is through that area that your power ebbs away from you. So, while this is a very touchy subject, you deserve the answer. You deserve the truth. The truth will set you free. You can patch in that area, not with a smiley face, but at least with some kind of understanding that there is order, meaning, purpose, and love to everything and anything that transpires within these sacred jungles of time and space. So, how do you explain bad things happening to children? Did they think about the cancer? Did they think about the violation? Did they think about the car accident? Absolutely not. But the area that most people miss, the assumption that most people have about children, is that they are brand new baby souls. And this would be better understood when you realize that we are all ancient, loving gladiators of joy. Ancient. We all existed prior to this incarnation. And if we existed prior to this, you have no trouble understanding infinity going forever, right? Well, it doesn't just go forever from the day you're born. It goes forever back to the beginning and prior to the existence of time. All of us are eternal. And if we existed prior to this incarnation, then that means, given all else I've shared of our divine nature, that we have a say in every incarnation we live. We choose who we're going to be. We choose who our parents are. In ways that boggle the mind, we choose our own names. We chose the stage because we knew what the probabilities for our growth and adventure and challenges would be. And believe it or not, given that we live as many lifetimes as we want, it would get pretty old and boring really fast if every single lifetime you were born in the lap of luxury, loved and adored. Everybody laughs at your jokes. Everything you touch turns to gold. Beverly Hills 90210. After a few thousand of those incarnations, you'd be like, come on, I want it all. I want to know what they're feeling and they're feeling. I want to know what it's like not only to be guided by loving and adoring parents, I want to know what would happen to me if I didn't have that guidance. And more, some of my friends down there are really lost. They're so confused, they're resorting to anger and violence. I want to go down there and be a spark, help them remember who they really are, have them lock their eyes with me, and perhaps be born to the truth and realize that anger and violence is not the way. I'm going to go because no matter what happens in that incarnation for me, I'm going to live forever. So all of us choose our lives based on the probabilities that any given incarnation would likely have. And we choose parents that will love us, and sometimes, undoubtedly, quite obviously, we choose parents that will neglect us, that will not care, that will not foster our love of life or sports or reading or the arts for reasons of our own. They're valid reasons. And so while a child, particularly the younger, the more so, is extremely susceptible to the thoughts of those in their immediate vicinity, family, siblings, neighbors, schoolmates, while they are very susceptible to those thoughts encroaching in their life, given the fact that we're talking only about children right now, they will be rocked around. They will be victims. But they knew what they were getting into, and they had reasons filled with love. This does not justify abuse. This does not say, well, they picked that lifetime, let them figure it out for themselves. Maybe somebody would pick a challenging start in life to serve as a wake-up call to everyone in the immediate vicinity who would become aware of their circumstances. They'll be like, I'll be the angel. I'll be the spark of light. I'll be the volunteer. I'll be the hero or heroine. I'm going to go there and tread where others feared to tread. And maybe by me doing that, I'll spare someone else grief. Maybe by me doing that, I'll spark love and compassion in otherwise lost lives. So, dicey. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not accusing. Check my other spiritual tune-ups where I talk about concepts of blame the victim and all of those other words that really fail in a spiritual context. And you'll see that there's more to this. I also go even much deeper in some of my books with some hypotheticals that will illustrate really clearly how and why an ancient gladiator of love and joy might choose to be in a perilous environment from the day they're born. If you want to know what those books are, because I'm not trying to sell any books right now, if you want to know what they are, ask below in Instagram or on Facebook, and I'll tell you the titles of those books that take this exact topic and go much, much deeper with hypotheticals, analysis, rationale, and explanation. Again, nothing justifies the ugly. I'm not trying to put a smiley face on the hideous. There's hideous stuff happening all over the world all the time. But we are all babies in a way during this very early time in the evolution of our consciousness. And so we're all bumping into walls. We're all mismanifesting. We're all unintentionally bringing stuff into our life so that we can learn from it that might pinch and burn and bruise and worse. So you deserve to know the truth. It will set you free. If you don't think this is the right answer, then I challenge you in all cases to ask yourself, if that's not the truth, what is? Because nothing will empower you more than going within, connecting some dots, and seeing what I believe is otherwise obvious. We live in a world of love and order and perfection and meaning where there is no such thing as an accident, no such thing as a random coincidence. Everything is ordained by our thoughts, and when we're children, we see the stage, we know the thoughts of those around us, and we know the likelihoods of what may or may not happen, and we choose accordingly based on our own needs to serve, to love, to be the spark, and overall to add to the magnificence of life on earth. Okay, that was a toughie. Another great question is coming tomorrow. How do you take baby steps when you don't know what your dream is? I hope you tune in. Tell your friends. Like the videos. Comment below. Tell me where you live. Tell me what your questions are. This gets the circulation going. And of course, I'd be remiss not to tell you of the most exciting thing happening at tut.com right now. We've just opened registration for the 21-day visualization project. Thoughts become things. You're not a baby anymore. You write the ticket for the rest of your life. You can make anything happen, and it begins with thinking those thoughts. And so for 21 days, I'm going to hold your hand every single day with a 4 or 5 or 6 minute guided visualization, covering every topic from abundance to creative fulfillment, friends, laughter, health, healing, peace on earth. So check the link below on Facebook, swipe up on Instagram for my bio, and you'll find the link so that you can register for the 21-day visualization project. Tally ho, amigos. Every best wish for the best Wednesday of your entire life so far.